Okay, but hear me out. Society has this whole idea of what a genius looks like. Confident, polished, always got the right answer, basically a real-life Wikipedia. Yeah. No cap, that's completely wrong. Real, extreme intelligence, it's quieter, it's weirder. And not gonna lie, it's kinda lonely. If your brain never shuts up, if you feel like you're 5 steps ahead, but somehow still feel like you don't belong anywhere, if people have called you too much or in your head your whole life, bro, you need to watch this, because we're breaking down 9 signs of an extremely high IQ. And I promise you, by sign number 4, you're gonna be like, wait, that's dead-ass me. Real ones, let's get into it. Sign number 1. Your brain is that one friend who never goes home. You know that feeling where it's 2 a.m., you should be knocked out, but your brain decides now is the perfect time to replay a conversation from 2019 and figure out what you should have said. For real, that's not insomnia, that's hyperconnectivity. High IQ brains have overactive default mode networks, which is just scientists speak for your brain is grinding 24/7, even when you tell it to chill. A 2019 study in neuropsychology literally confirmed this. Your mind isn't broken, it's just built different. The annoying part? You can't really turn it off. The kind of cool part? You're processing connections most people don't even clock. Not gonna lie though, getting 8 hours of sleep when you have a galaxy brain? That's the real unsolved mystery. Sign number 2. You get bored, and we are not judging you for it. Real talk. How many times have you been called lazy, scattered, or not living up to your potential? Here's the plot twist nobody told you. You might just be chronically understimulated. High IQ people have a low boredom threshold. Your brain needs serious actual stimulation to stay locked in. And if the task, the class, or the conversation isn't hitting that bar, you mentally peace out, no cap. This is literally why gifted kids underperform in school. It's not that the work is hard, it's that it's not interesting enough to hold a brain that's operating on a different level. Dr. Csikszentmihalyi, don't hit me on that pronunciation, found that smart people only enter flow state when the challenge actually matches their skill. Too easy? Boring. Too hard? Frustrating. So if you've spent your whole life being called lazy, say less. You weren't lazy. You were just in the wrong room. Sign number 3. You are literally a walking but why though machine. Not me describing every single dinner you've ever had with new people. High IQ individuals are obsessed, and I mean obsessed, with the why behind everything. It's not being annoying. It's not being contrarian. It's intellectual humility, genuinely believing there's always another layer. A 2016 study in the Journal of Individual Differences found that curiosity is one of the strongest predictors of intelligent behavior. And not GPA, not test scores. Curiosity. So when you're the one going, okay, but who decided that was the rule? In a room full of people who just accepted it, sheesh. That's actually your brain doing exactly what it's built for. The bad news, people will absolutely think you're a lot. The good news, you are. And that's the whole point. Sign number 4. You feel misunderstood. And it's not arrogance, it's literally science. Okay, this one's gonna hit different. I need you to actually sit with this one. Highly intelligent people often feel chronically out of place. Not because they think they're better than everyone, but because the processing gap is genuinely real. Think of it like this. You're running a completely different operating system. It's not that your OS is better. You just literally can't open the same files. Psychologists call this asynchronous development. Your intellectual growth outpaced your social and emotional timeline. And it makes genuine connection feel rare. Like actually rare. This is also why high IQ people almost always prefer deep one-on-one conversations over group hangs, depth over breadth. Every single time, if you've ever felt lonely in a room full of people, not gonna lie, that might be exactly what's happening. And no, you're not broken, you're just looking for the right rooms. Sign number 5. You could literally ace something and still feel like a fraud. Deadass. Here's where it gets low-key wild. The smarter you are, the higher your internal benchmark, and the harder it gets to actually meet it. You can crush something completely and still go home thinking about every single thing you could have done better. Not as a humble brag. Genuinely. Your brain will not let you have the W. This is imposter syndrome at its most intense, and research from Clance and Emies, the two psychologists who literally named it, found it's disproportionately common in high-achieving, intellectually gifted people. You're not insecure. You're not fishing for compliments. You just have a brain that's constantly benchmarking against an impossible standard it set for itself at age 9 and never updated. The real flex? Learning to take the W without immediately tearing it apart. Understood the assignment means actually letting yourself know you understood the assignment. Sign number 6. You don't just see the problem. You see the whole system behind it. Okay. So this one's genuinely goated, and I need a second to explain it properly. Most people think linearly. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3. High IQ people? Nah. They think in systems, in patterns, in webs. You're not just solving the problem in front of you. You're already mapping how it connects to 6 other problems, what caused it, what it'll cause next, and 3 different ways to prevent it. Dr. Scott Barry Kaufman, one of the top intelligence researchers alive, calls this systems thinking, and it's genuinely rare. The downside? People will absolutely call you scattered or all over the place because they can only see Step 1, and you're already on Step 11. The upside? When everything inevitably goes sideways, you already clocked it coming. Sign number 7. Your humor is dark, weird, or absurdist, and we love that for you. This is my personal favorite, no cap. A 2017 study in cognitive processing found a direct link between high IQ and appreciation for dark, complex, or absurdist humor. Why? Because to get a dark joke, your brain has to hold 2 contradictory ideas simultaneously, recognize the tension between them, and find the release, all in like half a second. That's high-level cognitive processing happening in real time. Deadass. So when nobody in the room gets your joke and you're the only one cracking up, don't explain it. Not because you're being elitist, but because the gap in processing speed is the punchline. The funniest people in the room aren't just being silly. They're running calculations at a speed most people don't clock. Sheesh. Sign number 8. You catastrophize. But then immediately cook up a game plan. Not me exposing every overthinker who's also somehow the most prepared person in any crisis. Here's the thing. Highly intelligent people tend to run anxious. But it's not weakness. It's your brain simulating outcomes before they happen. Constantly. On autopilot. Dr. Jeremy Koplin's research literally found that higher verbal intelligence correlates directly with higher anxiety. Your brain isn't malfunctioning. It's overclocked. But, and this is the big but, that same simulation engine means when things actually go sideways, you pivot fast. Because you already ran the scenario. You've got the backup plan. You've got the backup to the backup plan. The worry isn't you being dramatic. It's prep work your brain does for free every single day. Not gonna lie, that's kinda goated when you think about it. Sign number 9. You'll deadass say, I don't know yet. And that's the most underrated big brain move. Last one. And for real, this might be the most slept-on sign of genuine intelligence. Highly intelligent people are comfortable sitting in uncertainty. They don't rush to fill the silence with a half-baked take just to seem like they've got it together. They'd rather say, "I don't know yet. Let me think about it and come back with something accurate." Psychologists call this epistemic patience. And in 2025, it is rare. We live in a world that rewards whoever talks first and loudest. The person willing to pause, recalibrate, and actually change their mind when new info comes in. That's not a flip-flopper. That's the person actually paying attention. Real ones know. The smartest person in the room is usually not the one performing confidence. It's the one quietly watching, processing, and waiting for the right moment. Say less. 9 signs, and not gonna lie. If you made it to the end of this video, I'd bet money at least 4 of those hit home. Drop in the comments. Which sign was dead-ass you? I read every single one, for real. And if you know someone who's always been told they overthink everything or live in their head, send this to them right now. No cap, they need to hear it. Subscribe if you're new. New video dropping soon. Stay sharp, we're not done.